Hi, Borna. I'm so excited to have you here. It took a bit of convincing to finally get you here, but it had to happen. Everyone wants to know who's the face of Cymbiotika Middle East. How come you got Cymbiotika to the Middle East region? And everything about Cymbiotika and why this supplement brand is just so amazing. So I'm so happy to have you here.
I'm happy to be here, and I'm really glad that you made this happen and forced it on me. Now that I'm sitting here, I'm really excited to do it. So,
I'm excited too.
Yeah,
I'm excited too.
yeah.
And we have our little Borna pillow.
Thank
you. When you don't always feel like being in the camera, I'll just have this little guy with me.
Thank you. That makes me feel amazing.
Good to go. All right. So Borna, start by telling us just a bit about you. Like, what's your background?
Okay, so born and raised in Orange County, California. Cymbiotika is based out of San Diego. I'm from Orange County. I'm a litigation attorney, been practicing since the age of 27. Always licensed in California. Did a few areas of law. One of my best friends, like a brother, really a brother, is Shahab Elmi. He's the co-founder and CEO of Cymbiotika, the main branch in the USA. He's also from Orange County, so I've known each other forever. So as far as how did it all start, very organically, very sporadic. I wouldn't even say it was a business decision, more passion. I've always loved Dubai. I've always visited Dubai. So I was here in 2021 for one of my various vacations, and posted a story. And Shahab replied to the story and said, "Oh, have a great time, this and that." And I said, "Oh, I knew that they were just recently expanding to the UK and Canada and Australia.
Okay.
So I said, hey, I really think you guys should look at Dubai and the UAE, because I was seeing the health movement and everything happening, the wellness scene.
Here.
It's very big. So I saw it just completely changed from what it was from the Dubai that I used to see in 2012 and 13. Night and day different. And he goes, "Oh, why don't you be the guy in this?" And I literally just laughed. I was in the middle of a big litigation. I literally laughed it off, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." At the same time, Shahab was sending me the products. I was buying the products and using them, and I remember seeing the vitamin C for the first time, and I'm like, "What is this? I've never even seen anything like this." Or the longevity mushrooms, or the glutathione. Back in those days, the glutathione was in a injectable. It looked like an injectable.
Like syringe type of
syringe
thing.
type thing.
Right,
yeah,
cool.
It was real.
And like a really cool box or something like that.
In a cool box. Yeah, exactly. It was called Regenesis back then before it was changed up. So anyway, I was using all the stuff and I was just blown away by it. And I was living the healthy lifestyle and using it. So long story short, a few conversations, a few hikes, sitting with Shervin as well. I remember me and Shervin were in Laguna Beach. We were on a hike. We were doing car wreck trail. I still remember it vividly. And he was so excited about everything going on and this and that. So yeah, long story short, left the job at the law firm and packed everything up and just bought a one-way ticket out here.
Amazing.
Yeah. Really, it really wasn't a lot of crunching numbers and this and that. It was just, hey, this is working. We love it. We believe in the product. All of us use it ourselves. Let's do this. It was like that.
Amazing.
Really.
That is so inspiring. The best things happen when you don't put so much thought into it, and it's like not part of your plan that you thought was going to happen, and that's when the best stories come out.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
exactly.
That's super inspiring.
Yeah.
Can you just tell us a bit about like what Cymbiotika stands for? Why does Cymbiotika stand out compared to other supplement brands out there in the market?
Right. I would say that how you do anything is how you do everything. What Shervin always says, I know he takes that into the formulation process. I know Shahab is just a mad CEO of, I just, when you think of Shahab, you just think of CEO and the way he strategizes and plans things. And the goal is always to be the best and do the best.
Yeah.
And so what is Cymbiotika? I would say the DNA of Cymbiotika is just to really go out of our way to make sure we produce the best of everything. So that means locating and sourcing the best farmers, the best farms, the best extractors. Yeah. How are they getting the raw ingredients, the best forms of extraction, and then as far as the formulation goes, we really use compounds that potentiate each other and bring out the best of each other. Hence the word symbiotica, symbiosis, the way of compounds and things working together and synergy to create the best outcome. So yeah, I would say that's what really sets us apart. We don't have, I challenge you to find a product that we have in our range that's just a basic formula. It doesn't exist. We won't do it.
100%. And that's what I always tell my clients, that because obviously I do recommend supplements to my clients, and 90% of them are Cymbiotika, not just because I love you guys and love working with you, but it's just because I genuinely believe that if someone is gonna even put an effort into taking a supplement, it should be the best.
Yeah.
Supplements need to be pure, clean, and potent.
Right.
And yeah, you can walk into any pharmacy and there's a range of supplements ranging from $5 to $10, like whatever it is. But how do I know the formulation of that? I know that you guys, when you're sourcing your molecules, you go above and beyond for that. Like every single detail that goes into this product just enhances your wellness, longevity, health, energy. And when you're making the effort to actually remember to take a supplement during the day, it has to be the best.
Right. Yeah, so. I think that's great. So a few things that you said there. Number one, you recommending Cymbiotika and using it, and how we met, again, organically. Yeah. Nothing business-wise. I think it was just you sending some DMs about a certain product that you were looking for, and then we just talked here and there via DM, and then next thing you know, you put an event together. Yeah. I attended the event. I saw how amazing it was. And yeah, you were just actually a Cymbiotika fan, which made it a lot cooler to work together.
Big time. I'm just super loyal to the brand. Absolutely no business involved, just because I believe in it. I love it. I take it myself. And it's great. It was a game changer for me in my health journey happening for the past 7 years. When I started Cymbiotika products, I could see a difference.
Right. That's amazing.
And a lot of my clients said the same thing. There was a client of mine taking a zinc supplement. When I switched her on to Cymbiotika zinc, she was like, whoa. And zinc is a PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, a PCOS girl's best friend in terms of managing symptoms and whatever. As soon as she started taking Cymbiotika zinc, she saw a difference in hormonal balancing.
Wow, interesting.
Even great for immunity. But we will deep dive into the benefits of every supplement. But yeah, it's just...
Have you gone in deep on the zinc? You know that Shervin uses 3 different forms of zinc. And okay.
100%.
Right. You guys can get into that way deeper than I can. So
I will.
I would be interested to be a fly on the wall and listen to the conversation, because I would learn a lot from that.
Okay. I'll deep dive a bit about zinc in a bit, because I am going to talk about the supplements and how we take them and what the benefits are. So what advice would you give an entrepreneur right now in the Middle East? Because it's been evolving. Like right now, how do you hang out with friends? It's the trend to go infrared sauna, cold plunge. It's no longer let's just grab a coffee and eat junk, right?
Yeah.
So people are so much more aware of wellness, and it's increasing year by year. What is the best advice that you would give an entrepreneur looking to branch out into the wellness industry in the Middle East?
Yeah, good question. And good point too about how it's different now. Whereas it's not like in the old days. Now people want to go hang out and do contrast therapy and the gym and this class and so forth. What advice to give an entrepreneur in the Middle East? I would say, number one, keep it real. I would say above anything else, keep it real. I think the audience today, the consumer today is very smart, is very knowledgeable. I don't think some of the things that were working 7 or 8 years ago, or even 4 years ago, I think they look cheesy now. Just me personally, I just think that they look cheesy. I think some of the, I think you need to be smart with, I think influencers and social media personalities are very important, but keep it real as much as possible. You know, somebody advertising your product or speaking on your product, if it doesn't come from the heart, like when you speak about Cymbiotika, it comes from the heart. I think that is real. So we would rather work with you than with someone who maybe is more famous or more popular, but doesn't really feel passionate about it. I think the consumer today sees right through it. And number two, I would tell entrepreneurs, hurry up and come, because the wellness scene here and the movement here is growing rapidly. I look at this as being the hub, the wellness hub of the world. And coming from Orange County, which is near LA, where we have the Erewhon markets and we have the Mother's Market and Whole Foods and blah, 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 blah. I think Dubai competes with it. I think the UAE in general competes with it.
That was actually
I would love to do a challenge one day and challenge them.
That was actually my next question. Like, how do you see Dubai developing in terms of health and wellness? Like we said, year after year, it's just increasing and people are becoming more health conscious and people are ordering better food and realizing these things. But yeah, do you feel that it could be on the same level as health?
I think it's above. I
think
LA.
It's above.
I think it's above. I think it's above. You know, we get messaged all the time from clinics. I'll just use clinics as an example. We get gyms and people and coaches and so forth, but just the clinics alone that message us and say, hey, come on down. We want to show you the clinic. We really want to stock Cymbiotika there and work with you and so forth. I walk into these clinics and they're mind-blowing. Yeah. They're mind-blowing. Yeah. I mean, what they're doing, the services that they're offering. So I don't know if it's just Dubai is able to provide this amount of clinics because people here are paying for it, or maybe people here are more informed because it's a smaller community and it's easier to get informed and spread information quickly out here. But it's mind-blowing. I don't know if Orange County has that many clinics at this level of what I'm seeing out here. It's crazy. And then the celebrity doctors and the celebrity coaches and nutritionists, they come here because it's an amazing place to live too. It's an amazing place to raise a family. So it's drawing, you know, the best of the best from around the world.
Love it. I couldn't agree more. And I actually wanted to ask a question that I get asked a lot. Why do we need to supplement? So what I mean by that is there's a lot of health trends. And health, the sentence that I always say is that when wellness becomes an obsession, it's no longer wellness. If you feel that in order to be healthy, you need to be waking up at 4:30 a.m., doing a cold plunge and running 5 miles and then taking 20 supplements and then all this before 6, that's an obsession, right? You do what you do to make you feel good. What works well for your body.
You just described my mornings.
That's your morning?
Kidding. No, I'm kidding.
But if you're doing it, loving it, and it makes you feel good, it's not a punishment. It's not like a checklist. All right, I did this and this and this. Then great. Yeah. So you do, because there's so many wellness trends. So one question is, why do we need to supplement? And then the second question is, how do we make sure people know that this is not a trend? Taking supplements is not a trend. This is something that we need to sustain for life. Yeah.
Well, I'll start by saying I think you can give a much better scientific or medical response to this. But I will say that our food today isn't what it was. Yeah. Our soil today isn't what it was. Yeah. You go to the best supermarkets here or LA or New York or London or anywhere in the world, the produce is not grown right there in that locality. It's all being shipped in. Things aren't being picked when they're ripe. They're not falling from the tree at the right time. You're not picking it from the ground 100%. In the shade where it should be, you know, getting to its full potential. So unless you're living on a farm. and doing your own permaculture and growing all your own foods and raising your own chickens and stuff, which I'd say 99% of us aren't, then you kind of do need to supplement because we're not getting all of the stuff we need. For example, I eat very, very clean. Mainly, I'd say 95% whole foods. Good. I cook all my own food for the most part. Little dinners here and there out that I have to. But even with all that, I get my blood work done every 3 or 4 months. And I'm still... okay, you're deficient in B12, you're deficient in D3 and this and that. So then I'll have to upgrade. So I don't take everything every single day. I really feel out what my blood work tells me, what my body's telling me, and so forth. I do have certain products that I do take every single day.
Okay. Can you tell us what they are? Non-negotiables. Like what's a typical day for you?
Like for example, molecular, my morning routine, molecular hydrogen, salt water before anything.
What salt?
Celtic salt. Yeah, Celtic salt. Actually, it's crazy because when I recommend salt to people, I'll say Celtic salt. If you have to, Himalayan, don't ever touch the white table salt. But actually, I use, I got this from David Avocado Wolf. One night we were having dinner at Shervin's and he pulled out this salt and it's this jar called Master Salt. And you order it from this guy in Holland, this crazy salt connoisseur. I gotta hook you up with this. I see your eyes lighting up.
I'm still on the Celtic salt. I need this.
I got you. So this guy literally sources the best salt from all over the world. Literally like Himalayan, this, that. He gets it from everywhere. And it lists where all the different salts come from. So I use the Master Salt every morning.
Amazing.
Yeah, I gotta give you some.
Thank you, David Avocado Wolf. Love that guy. Great.
Yeah, so I do that. I do the molecular hydrogen. I do the NMN. I do glutathione. I do glutathione probably twice a day. Good. Definitely in the morning on an empty stomach, and then usually a little later in the day. The B12s, the D3s, the omegas, I use them, I'd say 60% of the time, depending on my range. If my blood works come back low, I'll increase it. Probiotics every single night. I take them at night. I know you were telling me you take them in the morning. You can go into that. You can go into that. You and Shervin can arm wrestle about that one, and we'll see who wins. Apple cider vinegar every day. Every day. It just helps me so much with my gut. So there's things like that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Why do you think glutathione is so important for people in the Middle East, especially in the Middle East, to take?
Yeah, I would say...
I think it's the #1 supplement people should be taking.
You do?
I do.
Interesting. So again,
But I want to know for you, because like you're penetrating into the Middle East, you're in it, and it's
yeah.
We have to, I mean...
Well, I think glutathione is the reason why it's probably in our top 2 or top 3 bestsellers is because Dubai, you have a mix of 2 worlds. You have the wellness community, you have the fitness community, you have the beauty and I want to be beautiful and I want to be seen and glamorous community. And I think glutathione is like the all-in-one for everybody there. It's got the detoxifying, it's got the anti-aging, it's good for for your skin, for everything. So I think it's the cover all.
Perfect.
Yeah. What would you say? I want to hear, before we forget, I want to say, what would you add to that?
I would add, I mean, obviously we need to address the fact that we live in not the best air quality.
Right.
All over the GCC. It is what it is, right?
Right.
So definitely, I mean, we already have glutathione in our cells. And what glutathione is, it's a master antioxidant, detoxifies. So when we're not having the best air quality, we need something to just remove those free radicals, those toxins, to detoxify, to help the liver work even better.
Right.
So this is something super important, especially for people living here, as opposed to someone living on a farm, clean air, clean whatever, you know what I mean?
So how do you see the difference between the glutathione and the molecular hydrogen as far as detoxifying? Let's hear it.
Okay, so first, glutathione. I love it because it also has a mix of CoQ10 and PQQ. So these are both amazing antioxidants, and we need them just because we're inflamed. No matter how healthy we are, there is inflammation coming into our system. Even if you're eating clean, air quality, if you're not always having glass clean spring water, whatever it is, there's some toxins getting into our body. So we need to have glutathione with a mix of CoQ10 to always just make sure that we're detoxifying and increasing the glutathione that's already in our cells, that's already working. We can always have a bit more of that.
Do we, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Do we produce less as we get older?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
So I was just about to say, because as we get older, especially 30 and above, we are going to be producing less glutathione than we did in our teens and early 20s. So that's one. Also, glutathione is great for women who are trying to conceive, for women who are looking to increase their egg quality, because glutathione with the CoQ10 combined in it actually increases egg quality, which is very important. So that's for the glutathione. And I take it in the morning on an empty stomach with lemon water, Celtic salt, hopefully the master salt eventually. Molecular hydrogen is the world's smallest molecule. And it penetrates into our cells much better than anything else. It is an antioxidant. It does help remove free radicals. But what it also does is it helps like with an amazing skin glow. I had some clients tell me, Danya, when I started taking the molecular hydrogen, my skin was glowing. I could see a difference. So I'm sure you can get that also from glutathione, but molecular hydrogen, you can do that too. Plus hydration. Right. So molecular hydrogen, I would put 1 tablet in a glass of water, preferably on somewhat of an empty stomach, just so it can be better absorbed.
Right.
And that will act sort of like an electrolyte because it'll help hydrate the cells. So that's the difference between the two.
And so we were talking about it, you know, it's hard. There's so many of these things that are good in the morning on an empty stomach. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to stomach everything. Some people might be doing Shilajit as well or whatnot. What are the like absolute non-negotiable, this has to go into, you know, in my body, empty stomach?
Okay. Probiotics.
Okay.
Number 1. Probiotics are, so in functional health, we do something called weeding, seeding, and feeding our gut. What does that mean? There's a lot of people that start on probiotics saying, all right, I just want to take some good bacteria for my gut. They'll start and they'll feel bloated. They'll feel a bit groggy. Why? Because they didn't do the weeding part, the step before that. So you guys sell Para X.
Yeah.
And it's excellent because it really just cleanses the gut microbiome, removes any parasites. So there really has to be a cleansing part of removing inflammatory. So along with taking a supplement, we also just need to also be eating clean, because if we're still eating junky food and we just put a probiotic on top of it, not much is going to happen, right? So you do the weeding part, you cleanse your gut, and then you seed it. So you seed it with these good bacteria that is going to actually seal the deal on your gut lining. And because what's a gut microbiome? It's the balance between the good bacteria and the bad bacteria, right? Good has to be more than the bad. So probiotics are going to come in and be the good bacteria, but then we need to feed it.
Right.
Probiotics, it's a living organism. Any living organism needs food to survive.
Right.
What's the food of the probiotic? It's the prebiotic.
Right.
So your amazing supplement has both, has the pro and the pre combined. So good bacteria are in your system and they're actually working well because they have their food with them, which is the prebiotics.
Great breakdown.
Great breakdown. And take it on an empty stomach so you can make sure that it penetrated well, not like messed up with just food in your system. So I do that in the morning. The reason why you or a lot of people take it at night is because if you guys have an early dinner and are eating 5 hours away from when you go to sleep, that's somewhat of an empty stomach. It works. Right. But if you're having dinner at 9 o'clock and in bed by 11 and take a probiotic.
Popping a probiotic right after your dinner and then going to bed, not to move.
Do it in the morning. And when I do this in the morning, so my morning routine is I wake up, warm water, lemon, Celtic salt. Sometimes if I don't have time to even have the warm water, I'll just put molecular hydrogen.
Right.
All right. And then I'll take a glutathione sachet and a probiotic. So I do these 3 combined.
Right.
And glutathione also, so the second thing that also has to be on an empty stomach is glutathione.
Right.
Start your day with it. It'll give you a boost of energy. It's amazing. And then you can also take a second one in between your meals throughout the day. So as long as you were like 2 hours without food, you can also take a glutathione then as well.
Very nice.
NMN.
So do you wait a little bit of time before you take the NMN?
I do. So I don't take NMN in the morning on an empty stomach because I just feel that it's enough. I do the probiotics, I do the glutathione, and then the molecular hydrogen after breakfast. So I don't snack. So I have my breakfast, 5 hours later, lunch, and then my dinner. In between those 5 hours, I'll take the NMN.
That's so good, by the way, that what you just said, I don't snack. So many more people need to get that. There's so many people that are just eating nonstop throughout the day. You're not giving your digestive system a break at all. So that's an important one too.
Look, nutrition is always evolving. A few years ago, it was the thing. Let's have small meals every 2-3 hours. In my book, and now what we realize today, girls that are young, that are healthy, that don't look like the type are having prediabetes, are having insulin resistance. Why? Because we're overworking our insulin. Right. Insulin is not supposed to be working every 2 or 3 hours. Right. Let's just have 3 meals a day. And the thing that I always say, we need to have breakfast like a king.
Right.
Lunch like a queen.
Yeah.
And then dinner like a pauper. Dinner needs to be your smallest meal of the day. When our eyes no longer see daytime, when it turns dark, our metabolism and digestive system shuts down.
Right.
So we need to be having the smallest meal then, just so that meal is not stored as fat, and just so that at night when we're sleeping, we're actually restoring and repairing instead of busy digesting.
Right.
And the best form of weight loss is not snacking. So I do the NMN in between my breakfast and my lunch. So 2 hours away from food. This is incredible anti-aging, niacinamide, basically vitamin B3. It's an amazing water-soluble vitamin that you can just absorb. It helps slow premature aging, and it has resveratrol with it. Right. Which is also an incredible antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. It has a bit of green tea extract. Yeah. So all of these things. There's actually a study now showing that green tea and matcha actually reduces the risk of developing breast cancer.
Interesting. Very good to know. And it's interesting because obviously you know this, but the NMN converts to NAD plus at the cellular level. So that's what's happening. And I know in Dubai right now, the biggest thing is NAD. Everybody's doing an NAD drip or anything like that. And when you talk to doctors and health practitioners, they're going to tell you that it's good to supplement it orally as well. So for people that are doing the drips, it's great to take the pills as well. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, definitely. For some people, the drips are a little too strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people had some reactions to the drips.
Yeah. Yeah.
A friend of mine did the other day, and I'm like, it's not that it's bad. Maybe you just needed a lower dose, and maybe you can just start by supplementing first, take NMN before doing the drips.
Yeah, and I think that applies to all of these things too. To all of these, this is my routine, this is what I do. At the end of the day, we're all different. So, of course. So what my routine isn't going to be the same as yours. What Definitely. I do at the gym might feel weird for you. That's another thing people need to understand.
Of course. That's why I really stress on the fact that we're bio-individual. And in my programs with my health coaching, it's always been one-to-one, because I've never met a girl similar to another girl, or I never had a program that I had to formulate very similar to one another. Each person was different. Each person reacts to things in a different way. I obviously ask them to do their blood work before, and I ask for a lot of stuff before I start telling them what to supplement. Do I give them all these supplements together in one go?
Right.
Absolutely not. Right. I tell them, this week, I just want you to start on these 2. Tell me how you feel. Tell me if you see a difference. They like it, we'll add on to that. And then sometimes we'll remove. So you need to be supplementing in cycles as well. Right. You always need to take a rest. Right. Even, for example, with the activated charcoal, if someone wants to do it as detoxification, they're traveling, they're eating out, or they just had a night out with a lot of alcohol, and they want to do this for a period of time, you need to do activated charcoal 5 days on, 2 days off. Right. You can't be doing it every day.
Right.
Same with the probiotics. Probiotics can't be taken for months on end. You need to be doing it for 2-3 months on. You take a break for a couple months,
Right.
and then go back.
Curious about your cycle, because I usually run about a 1 month off cycle for my probiotics.
Yeah.
Is that, do you
1
do
month
that?
minimum. 1 month minimum. My gut is feeling good because obviously I'm eating well. I'm still getting prebiotics from food.
Right.
Prebiotics come from fiber, watermelon, almonds, artichoke, asparagus. As long as I'm getting those, I'm getting probiotics from natural living cultures like kimchi, sauerkraut, coconut yogurt. Then I could go 2 months maybe without it, but never more. I need to be supplementing.
What do you think about enzymes?
So I don't like them because I just don't want my body getting used to them.
That's exactly what all my friends in the know say to me. Exactly.
My body knows how to digest its food well. It can do it on its own.
Right.
And even if you take it for a short while, your body might get used to it. And then when you come off of it, you're going to be like, oh, what's happening?
Totally.
Just eat clean.
Totally. Yeah.
With NMN, by the way, I pair it with vitamin B12 and B6. So they're both water-soluble vitamins. So why do I say water-soluble? Because I just want people to know how safe this is. When you take a water-soluble vitamin, whatever your body doesn't need, your body will pee it out.
Right.
As opposed to fat-soluble vitamins, like, for example, vitamin D. You can't just be going and taking vitamin D without doing a blood test first.
Right.
Because if you have too much in your body, you can get to an intoxication level. So the optimal range for your vitamin D in terms of blood work needs to be between 60 and 90. Above 90, above 100, you get to the intoxication phase. With vitamin C, vitamin B12, vitamin B6, vitamin B3, and the NMN, all of these are water soluble. What your body doesn't need, it's just going to let go by itself.
Good to know. With the D3, if you do get to the intoxication level, what are some symptoms you would see or experience?
Nausea, jittery, blurred eye vision, diarrhea. Like, you would see so many of these things.
Right.
Very rare. Also, people in the Middle East are actually vitamin D deficient.
It's huge here. It's a big issue here.
So I've never seen anyone getting intoxicated, but I know that these are one of the symptoms.
Right.
To take vitamin D, by the way, the best time to take it is obviously in the morning to mimic getting it from natural sunlight.
Yes.
What I love about your vitamin D is that it's only 4,000 IUs. So I love so many things about your vitamin D. First, that it's only 4,000 IUs. Why? Because you see people going into the pharmacy getting like a little liquid shot of 50,000 IUs in one shot.
Right.
Why is that so wrong? Because we don't get 50,000 IUs in one sitting, like as if we're getting it from the sun. It's not natural.
Right.
Our body can't digest that much in one go.
Right.
4,000 is the best. Sometimes even if someone needs to take a double dose of the vitamin D going up to 8,000, that's even better, but never more than that. Second, it's liquid. So I love that you guys have so many liquid supplements which are better absorbed in the body and the bloodstream. Our body digests it better, uses it better.
With the liposomes, it's so much better than the powder, and even the liquid liposomal, it's a game changer compared to these powder liposomes and different ones that you see. So I'm glad you pointed that out.
And I also love that your vitamin D3 has vitamin K2 with it for better absorption. They work better hand in hand together. We basically shouldn't be taking vitamin D without K2.
Right.
So
and it should be taken with fatty food as well?
Yes, with a healthy fat.
Were you about to say that?
Yes.
Okay.
In the morning, you're having eggs, avocado, olives. All of these are great healthy fat. That's when you need to be taking vitamin D.
Same with omega?
Yes.
Okay.
Same with omega. So I take omega after lunch. Omega also needs to be taken with a healthy fat.
Let me ask you, with our omega, do you just pump it in your mouth?
I do.
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
Yeah.
We get so many mixed reviews. I mean,
about the taste.
Thank God. Yeah, 90% of ours get great reviews, and which is why our customer base is so loyal and so forth. But we do get mixed reviews, and omega for me, because we get it from a specific algae farm in Iceland.
It's vegan, by the way.
Vegan.
We need to mention this. Like, it's not fish oil.
We get it straight from the source that the fish are getting it from. So why kill the fish when you can get it straight from the source? So as much as as much as we can to make our formulas taste good, you still have algae from the ocean in your product, and we don't want to disguise too much. You want to, keep the integrity of your product, and obviously we don't use preservatives and additives and fillers and things, 100%. So you can't make it taste like a Coca-Cola 100%. At the end of the day. And 100%. Our customers don't want Coca-Cola taste anyway. Yeah, so
that's true. That's true. I mean, even glutathione sweetened with cassava. Right. Which is amazing, right? So it does taste good. It's not going to spike your blood sugar. So if anyone is complaining about the omega-3, how it tastes, honestly, I would much rather you just hold your nose. If it bothers you that much, then go to the pharmacy and get an omega-3 supplement as a pill.
Right. So what I do is because it's not terrible.
It doesn't. I got used to it.
But it's not. It's also not our B12 or our glutathione. Right. I love the glutathione. So for me, I'll pump the omega and then I'll pump the B12 right after. Yeah.
Perfect.
So it's no big deal.
Yeah, you could do that. So only 10 minutes left.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thought it was the first 10 minutes.
All right. Yeah. I know we could talk for hours. Yeah. I love this. Rapid fire questions, what each supplement is and how it's used for. And if we can fit in basically how I spend my day taking these amazing supplements.
Yeah. Wait. So, okay. Where do you want to start? Because I still want to hear the rest of your day.
Okay.
I think
rest of my day.
I think we got through the morning.
The morning.
We got through the molecular, the NMN, the glutathione, the probiotic.
All right. So I'll repeat. Morning, glutathione, probiotics, molecular hydrogen. Then I have my breakfast. After breakfast, I will take the vitamin D. After the vitamin D, I'll go for my workout. What do I take pre-workout? It's the longevity mushrooms. This is an amazing pre-workout. I take it as a snack, man. It tastes so good. The almond butter in it, like the cacao. I love it
too. But I will say this though, and this is just my opinion.
Yeah.
I think, first off, it's a great product to take for anybody because it's got all the
mushrooms,
most important
the cordyceps,
mushrooms.
the reishi, the lion's mane.
It's got all of it. So regardless, it's good for anyone. I think for people that eat very clean like you, then it works as a pre-workout, right? Because it hits more because your body's not used to all these weird things. For a gym bro who maybe is using these weird, weird pre-workouts, they might look at you and go, Danya, you think this is going to be a pre-workout for me? There's no way. So I think it really works for you once you're on that very, very clean path. I use it as a pre-workout as well.
Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Good to know. So that's very important. Do this as my pre-workout. During my workout, I, of course, electrolytes.
Right.
All right. I love, there's lemon. My favorite is watermelon. I mean, why do we need electrolytes? Water is great on its own, of course. When we pair sodium and potassium in the water, this is penetrating into our cells much better than just regular water. We're working out, we're sweating, we're detoxing. We need to supplement with that. After my workout, okay, we don't have it here, but my favorite protein of all time is the Cymbiotika plant protein. I swear by this. Oh my God. I mean, I'll tell you honestly, I've tried so many proteins out there in the market, obviously vegan because I don't eat dairy. So I'm not going to be taking whey. Most of them, I ended up bloated, couldn't eat for the rest of the day, just messed me up. Your protein is incredible.
Yeah.
Gut lining. Has a bit of adaptogenic mushrooms, has reishi in it. Spirulina increases my immunity. I get 20 grams of protein. I'll have the protein after my workout. I can easily have lunch later. It didn't mess up with my routine. I'm not bloated. It's amazing.
Same for me. Anytime somebody's coming from the States, they always have 4 or 5.
I have a bag coming with the plant protein.
I'm the same way.
So I'll do that. And then 30 minutes before lunch, I'll take the apple cider vinegar capsules. I'll do this 30 minutes before lunch and 30 minutes before dinner. So apple cider vinegar.
So you're using 4 a day?
4? No.
Oh, you do 1?
I do 1 before lunch and 1 before dinner.
Interesting.
That's it.
I do 2 before either lunch or dinner, whichever one's going to be bigger. Or sometimes convenience. If I'm out at a meeting and I don't have them with me, then it's going to be before my dinner.
You could do
or,
that.
or vice versa.
Yeah.
But I never thought about
I like to
switching
break
it
it
up.
down.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Why apple cider vinegar before our meals? Because it's going to help with the digestion of your food. It's going to help with weight management. It's going to help with less bloat. So it's excellent. This is not something that your body gets used to, like digestive enzymes. This is actually beneficial. So
Yes.
I love that. I take zinc. I forgot to mention about when I take zinc. So I take zinc with your vitamin C together, because zinc and vitamin C work together hand in hand. I take zinc because of my hormonal imbalances, polycystic ovaries. I take zinc when I feel that I need an immunity boost. And obviously, of course, if I'm doing my blood test, I see that I'm zinc deficient, we need to take this. I love the fact that your zinc also has selenium in it, which is so essential, especially for women, for hair, skin, nails, women that have thyroid issues, hypothyroidism. Selenium is excellent. And there has to be like a specific dose so we don't overdo it. And you guys have it like spot on in the supplement.
Thank you. And so, always make sure with, I'm sure you do anyway, but with your clients, just make sure they eat beforehand, because our zinc is very strong. You can
get nauseous.
Our zinc is very strong.
For sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll do this either after breakfast or after lunch.
Right.
And then the final, so I talked about all of this, the final two, the elderberry and the activated charcoal.
Right.
So these two, no, I don't take on the daily. There's specific times when I'll take them. I'll talk about elderberry first. I'll take elderberry when one of my kids is sick, nursery, school, just to make sure that my immunity is on point. I'll take this every day with the vitamin C and the zinc together. I'll do a combo of these three. It also has echinacea, which is also really great to increase immunity. So I love this. I'll take it maybe 5 days straight until I feel that, okay, the virus is gone. Activated charcoal, 3 scenarios of me taking activated charcoal. 1, if I had a night out, had a bit of alcohol, maybe too much alcohol next morning, I'll be doing this for 5 days straight. We'll rest for 2 days, take it again for another 5 days. Another time that I'll take activated charcoal is if I'm traveling, I'll be eating out, won't have time to cook. I'll be doing this just to make sure that I'm gonna minimize bloating, make sure that what this does, it binds to any toxins, any free radicals in your body, and actually pulls it out.
Right.
So it's excellent. And then the third one is if I had to take antibiotics, God forbid.
Right.
But if I did, I will definitely do a cure of activated charcoal or any like prescription medication that's strong, just to make sure that it balances
I'm
out.
Feeling proud of myself right now as I'm listening to you, because
you know all this.
No, because I'm actually on the same type of thing as you, and I use these. Also, these are not every day for me, but I do them when I travel or if people around me are getting sick or so forth. Charcoal, similar to you, same thing. So I'm feeling good about myself right
You
now.
should be so proud of yourself. You're amazing, Borna, and I'm so happy that we did this together.
I'm very happy. This
fun.
is maybe the first of many others.
First of many, for
but
sure.
Yeah, very happy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.